Let me first start off by saying good evening. Good evening. And how are you doing? Great. Good. I'm doing great. I'm doing fine. I want to just let you know I just got a phone call from Councilman Reed, who conceded the race. I want to congratulate him on a well-run race, and I said to him then that he ran a good race, and we'll see each other in council meeting on Monday. All right, good. Don't get rid of the flag now. Just move it back. Okay. But I want to start off by thanking quite a few people, all those people who made this possible, all of you for being here, one. And then I want to thank my family because, when you're a public servant, you wind up spending a lot of time away from home. And if without their understanding and without them supporting you, it'd be a very difficult thing to serve in these capacities. So I want to thank them, and also being a public servant and being in the spotlight as a public official, they see and hear things that they may not necessarily care for and like, but so they not only have to not have me with them, but they also have to endure some comments that they may not particularly like. So I want to thank them for their support. Now that means you, Miss Jackson. And I want to thank the staff, the campaign staff. They worked hard, and they worked hard every day. Never complained. Never complained. And as you know, anytime you have an organization, you always have personality conflict, particularly if you got alpha male and female in the same room. But they never complained, and they put aside whatever issues they may have had for the success of this campaign, and I want to thank them for that. And of course, you can't run a campaign without financial support. And we've had a lot of financial support, a lot of donors, from a very small amount of money to those who wrote PAC checks, all these kind of things. And there were people who worked just as hard to ensure that we had the resources we needed to be successful. So thank them very much. And finally, I want to thank, and hopefully I don't leave anybody out, but finally I want to thank the people of the city of Cleveland. I want to thank the voters, because people ask me about campaigning, and they said, you must be tired, it must be hard. I tell them that I'm still good to go. I'm still good to go. And the reason for that is that when I was a councilman, I was on the ground all the time. All the time, knocking on doors, talking to people. I'm on the ground all the time. But once you become mayor, you have layers, and it becomes more difficult. And this campaign actually helped me to get reconnected in a way that I had not been connected in a long time. And so in that, I really appreciated the conversation and the interaction I had with the people out in the different neighborhoods of the city of Cleveland. Even those who didn't agree with me, even those who didn't support me. I want to thank them, because they gave me a new education about governing, about what it means to serve. and about the pain and the suffering that people go through, and how it is our duty and responsibility to relieve that pain and suffering and to create an environment where they and their families can have prosperity and quality of life and just plain peace. Just plain peace. So I want to thank the public. I want to thank the public for being very honest with the mayor. Being very honest with the mayor. And at the end of the day, I want to thank them for ultimately supporting me. And you know, the work is not done. And as I said, during the campaign, it became very obvious to me that the work was not done. It's not that I didn't know it. Not that I didn't know it, because the things that we're doing now has been confirmed by the public that we're moving in the right direction. That we're moving in the right direction. And that we have identified the relevant issues that are important to them, and those relevant issues that we must overcome if we're going to be a great city. So I want to say that we do have a bright and a good future, but the work is not done. We've done a lot of work to get to this point, a lot of work, but the work needs to continue. And my next 4 years will be to continue that work, to tie up some loose ends, to institutionalize some directions, some policies, and infrastructure that will better guarantee not only the success of this city, but the greatness of this city by the service to people and their quality of life and the sharing and prosperity. So, So as we move, as I go into tomorrow, and I wind up at the gym, and we go back to governing and full time, I want to say to all of you, I want to say to the media, I want to say to the people of the city of Cleveland that I really appreciate this opportunity. You didn't have to do it. You didn't have to do it, but you did. And that I remember that, and I'm not an ingrate, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much.